Hey Clashers, mass druid attacks are really strong again in the current meta because of the new druid level, and on top of that we have the new spell, the Ice Block. Adding rocket loons to this, and this combination just feels unfair. I will show you exactly why, so let's dive in. Before we're going to dive into some live attacks, I want to share with you the basics of this attack strategy with using a replay. Because I want to really explain how the fireball especially works at the beginning, because you can't set it up as easily because you don't have healers to do a warden walk in the beginning. Instead, this is why I like to use rocket loons. I'm setting up a fireball to create pathing for the troops later on. And for that, you could obviously go around from the top side, but that is a bit harder. But from the bottom side, we can snipe those arch towers and then get a nice fireball onto the monolith. With that, we just have to use 2 invis spells right after, and with those rocket loons, this fireball is super simple and straightforward. Just getting in there. The earthquake should have been way better. I did not expect to hit those 2 buildings as well, but I should have taken them out with the earthquakes. But they're left standing, it's whatever. But sniping the multi-arch tower, but now going into the cannon, just to make sure that on the right side everything is funneled. The concept of this strategy now is to have a huge push into the core. This push consists of your Barbarian King, the Ice Golems, the Royal Champion, and the Druids. This is the main thing, as the Warden as well being behind them, obviously. The Archer Queen with Siege Barracks is going to push them into the core to make this push even possible pathing-wise. The other side is already funneled from the Fireball. This is always the same setup for this attack strategy. Whenever you're getting too deep into the core, you will use the Ice Block spell onto your King and your Royal Champion. The important thing here is, especially if you're facing the defending clan castle, this is a really nice way to take and approach that clan castle, because the Electro Aura of the Royal Champion is going to keep her is going to keep doing damage, and the Druids are going to keep her alive. You were able to see, no damage taken, we're pushing now through. The important thing here is as well, deploy your Druids in group of 4s. And always make sure that you keep an eye on whenever they're turning form to have new Druids on the field. For example, on this one, I was too late. This is why quite a few of my troops and heroes are now going to go down. But I want to show this here to you because the timings need to be on point. Always groups of 4. First 4 in the beginning, then another 4. And you can see it's always going to last for the entire attack if you're going to go with those 3 same size groups. You have the Archqueen on the outside, and well, unfortunately, because we had the last group of druids a bit late, we don't have as big of an overkill, but we still swag the Queen ability. And then Rocket Loons, I just love those as an addition with the new level especially. There's such great support troops. You can set up the Fireball more easily, you have more power on the back end, you can create pathing more easily. It's just overall one of the strongest super troops right now in the entire game. Combine that with the new level of the Druid, you're going to have a really scarily strong strategy. But let's dive into now some live attacks. And with the explanation, hopefully you were able to now follow the next few live attacks. Let's dive in. Let's go. Okay, now let's try everything which we have just learned to put that into this attack right here. First off, Fireball location. Where should we Fireball? Onto the Poison Tower, looks pretty solid. Or actually, I think we can just go for the Inferno Tower. That might work as well, but that's quite deep, to be honest. Can we get that far? I don't think so. I think that's a little bit too far inside that base. Otherwise, another option would be this Builder Hut right here. I think that should be somewhat easy, because we can take down this Arch Tower. Then we're using things like this. Warden right here. Now the Invis. And now we should be able to, with 2 Earthquakes. Perfect. Next step for us is now to walk along this left side. And then we can kind of, where I wanted to initially get the Fireball in, we can then just enter into the base there. Use the Archqueen for the funnel. No big surprise there, so let's just do it. We can wall break in here. And use an Ice Golem. I think we need the Ice Golem on the flank. Let's add the Royal Champion. Something which I just love about this is that we do not need to worry about healers whatsoever. That's just so nice. Let's use 1 wizard here if we have to. We don't really have to be honest, but whatever. Re-add some more droids. And now the wall break into the core. This. And make sure, Queen ability, make sure that we're getting those frosts ready as soon as they're needed. I think right now, getting that King tanking in, we can rage things up so the druids are even stronger, are even more powerful for us. and then see how things go. Again, another Frost, so the king stays safe. I think we're adding the last couple of druids because they're changing already their form. Now, what is up next? Maybe like this, and the Headhunter for the defending minion prince. King ability to get into the back end. We still have the Royal ability. Let's use her right now to make sure that she's staying back. I like that Rocket Spear. Queen going at the top side. We still have plenty of spells. The druids are keeping everything alive. Royal champion full HP. Queen is about to be full HP again. Warden going down, but he has done its job. I think at this stage is completely fine. And we still have the Rocket Loons. I just love them so much to like have power on the back end. I don't want to use them just yet because, or actually, should I use them? I think we should use them right now. Let's just freeze this. Royal champion is there as well, but we can even swag the last couple of spells, to be honest. Actually, I would save the Royal Champ. We like the Royal Champion, right? So, we want to save her. But the Rocket Loons are just so universal. You can use them to set up the Fireball. You can use them to set up pathing in general. You can, especially with the new level, they are such game changers. And they can just improve any strategy where you do not already have like 2 super troops. It is just massive, massive improvement for the power of any strategy. But hey, that was just the first live attack. Let's do another one. Okay, let's go. Fireball value. Where? We could go for, I think one of those scatter compartments looks amazing, right? Like under the air defense on one of those sides look really solid. We can already set up the path, or like we can just use the Warden with 1 invis. There's a hook tower though, so that's going to be different compared to the last attacks. I think we're going in from the top side. No, there's the Uzi tower, which looks annoying. Okay, let's just do it down here. Invis. Like this. Actually, oh no, 1 earthquake would have been enough. I see already all the comments. iTzu, 1 earthquake. You could have saved 1 earthquake. I think so, right? Yeah, whatever. 1 earthquake is not going to change the attack on the back end. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, now the siege right here. Now the druids. Wall break. Have the Archqueen running around the outside. I just always like to add them in like groups of 4. I don't know, to me that's kind of nice. And if you're delaying them too long, it's like, I don't know. You have just too many of them in my opinion otherwise. So, another group of 4. Actually, wait a second. That wasn't, okay, that was not really necessary, the freeze effect, whatever, but that was actually kind of funny that it got pulled in there. But now let's see that we can still triple this. Because, I mean, we open up the entire back end, which is kind of funny. But we still need to 3-star. Let's get this right. That's so, like, entire base is open. Okay. I mean, that, I guess, the downside of the hook tower, right? I mean, can really backfire quite a bit. But let's make sure that we're getting the rage in here. Royal Champion. I mean, the Archqueen is just running around the outside and doing her cleanup. Let's just do the invis here. We still have the Rocket Loons again, which I can just use for the back end and completely overpower that base. And it's going to be another 3-star. I mean, that hook tower, by the way, that was hilarious. What? I mean, that's... I have seen this now plenty of times of people like saying that in the comments and highlighting it like, iTzu, the hook tower, you can get your king hooked. I mean, it wasn't obviously, I could pretend, but it was obviously not intentional. I mean, how could you? But I feel like it's all about the hook tower placement, right? Like, you can't say this tower is bad or anything because of this case, for example. But it was for sure funny. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to feel free and use the army as well, use the link down below in the description. I have linked the army over there. Yeah, I mean, the level of the new of the druids, and for sure as well Rocket Loons and the new spell, all of that combined together makes this strategy a really not just fun, but it's really a really strong strategy right now to use. And to be honest, with the last update, I have to admit that we have so many viable strategies now again. It is kind of crazy and really, really fun to use. And meta right now feels nice. Only thing, Royal Champion Charge still dominating, but otherwise, I mean, that was a really nice thing for the meta overall, I want to assume. But let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow for the next one. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.